So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, and I'm just gonna say Jeopardy.
That's a pretty great guess.
Yeah, that's a pretty good Jeopardy.
What's up, yo? Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 147. The
Indeed.
audio's on. The mics are hot. You can hear us.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, right. I see it on the...
Feels good, right? We're not using the camera audio. How unprofessional. My water bottle was on the table.
Nice. I'm actually gonna...
Every time I think I have this shit down, Dylan,
Yeah.
there's something. There's
Right.
something, right? Probably have like a I don't know, an egg in my hair or something. Anyway, welcome to the Joystick Show. We're here to talk about a lot. It's gonna be a fun one.
Only two of us, sadly.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like whenever this happens, I'm like old time,
right?
Like old time. I feel like we should just like get the webcams, make it shitty for no reason.
Yeah, right.
Be like half-ass it. Be like, nah, we got that.
Throw it back to that horrible quality.
Yeah.
Real quick, Joey's in Florida, but I'm actually kind of happy about it. This is like the first time in years that Joey's going to Florida and getting it out of the way. And then before you know it, Joey will be back. And
it's not like the whole fucking summer?
We get a summer with Joey. Like, that's going to be interesting. It'll be fun.
Nice.
And Jerry is here. He's sick. So he's at home recovering. I'll pretend like we didn't hang out for 6 hours yesterday.
Yeah. He's running out of sick hours, but he's still got to go.
The friendship sick hours that Joey's sick. We should tally these, right?
Correct.
Like everybody
moon,
gets a certain amount. I like it. Sorry, it's on our path to getting more structured, more organized here at Joystick. And speaking of, make sure to go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show and subscribe to the Team Joystick YouTube channel.
Important.
Which, if you can believe it or not, is a great segue to the first thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
A bit of news dropped earlier in the week that really rocked the YouTube sphere. Okay. And that is the reformation of Smosh.
Correct.
It was weird. Like, when I saw it, there were a lot of parts in me, like the adult content creator part of me was like, oh, that's really cool. And then, like, the kid in me was like, oh my God, like, that's insane.
Weirdly enough, it was like the first thing I saw when I woke up, which was weird. Like,
same for me.
Feel like
Instagram knew.
Yeah, like Instagram, Facebook, it was like everywhere I went, it was like, I was like,
keep in mind,
really did that.
A submarine was lost the entire of the time. That fucking lost.
It fucking exploded. It exploded, and then they were like, wait, what?
Also, shout outs to my whistling water bottle.
I hate that.
I know, I hate it too.
I hate that so much.
But yeah, Smosh is back together. To give more clarity on it, Ian and Anthony, the original creators of Smosh, rebought the Smosh name and everything under it. For the first time, they have control of their own brand and company since, I want to say, 2013 or something.
Long time.
It's been a very, very long time.
Very, very long time.
And in that time frame that they've announced it, they've already come up with such like really awesome stuff. They have come up with their announcement video was full of like that old school Smosh sketch comedy charm. Anthony Padilla, one half of the comedy duo, did an episode of his award-winning show I Spent a Day With Ian, the other member of Smosh, which is by far one of the most requested episodes of that show.
Yeah,
so
they wanted it, and now it's like an actual reason.
It has millions of views already. I watched the entirety of it, and it's actually it's awesome to watch because it's very anti-them. Like, it's not a lot of comedy. They throw a joke here and there, but it's very much like a therapy session almost. But they give a lot of insight to what happened with them and stuff. And then besides that, like, for those of you who don't know, like, I also have to speak from my experience. I'm not really a Smosh fan. I was when I was younger, but as most people will know, Smosh has changed a lot from what they used to be to what they are now. And they talk about that a lot too. Ian goes in depth about how he felt stuck in a rut because he was in a position where for Smosh to continue working, it had to be unscripted because it was too expensive to make stuff that was scripted. And it also had to be ad friendly, which on YouTube means, very child friendly, unfortunately.
It also goes to show how much like the sketch comedy died, especially in terms of like what did well on YouTube. Not only with the monetization of how long, like watch time, but also like you said, it has to be ad friendly. It has to fit all these parameters, and they had to just make content that was different.
And that was another interesting thing too. Like, obviously, you look at people like Ian and Anthony from Smosh, and they give off the persona, like, part of their humor is that they're like, the kid-like idiots, right?
Yeah.
But they really are very smart when it comes to the business side of making sketch comedy, because they've done this since they were like 17 years old, right? Maybe even younger. So they know a lot of the insights, like when it comes to pricing and how much it costs to make. So one of the big things they said is like, you don't see a lot of sketch comedy made anymore because of how expensive it is to make.
Yeah.
And with the attention rate on YouTube and how much content you kind of have to make on YouTube to make it work, it just doesn't make sense for your channel to be centered around sketch comedy, because you're going to go broke really, really fast, right?
Definitely.
So I thought that was an interesting take on it. But then they also just talked about how the big, like, one thing I thought was really funny is apparently Ian had been toying around with the idea of wanting to buy Smosh back.
Yeah.
And he wanted to ask Anthony about it. And keep in mind, their friendship had kind of corroded, and they only started kind of like re-hanging out again about a year ago. So that's kind of where these feelings started coming back. So Ian was tossing the idea around in his head. What he didn't know was Anthony had also been toying around with the idea with his girlfriend for a very long time. He was like, what if we bought Smosh? So when Ian finally threw it out, and he was like, this is just a thing. Like, what if we bought, like, apparently Anthony was immediately like, I've been thinking the exact same thing. Yeah, let's do it. So they did it. For those of you who don't know, Smosh was originally owned by a company called Defy Media, which initially bought Smosh and a couple other smaller YouTube groups back then. But then Defy Media shut down very abruptly, and Smosh was forced to in this position where, like, they did not have the necessary means to make the content that they were accustomed to. And very luckily, they got picked up by Rhett and Link, if it's kind of funny because that's another YouTube duo who's been doing it just as long as they have.
And Rhett and Link kind of just made a machine of just like content for them. Like, they just make everything. They have 3 shows. They like all of the producers have their own show now. Like, they do like test stuff in the behind the studio. 18 different podcasts.
And for what it's worth, I could go on a whole other chapter.
Rhett has
about
fucking 2 country albums, I think, or something.
Oh, really?
Rhett, he makes like music now with like a guitar and everything.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, yeah. Like I said, I could go on. That could be a whole nother episode just talking about those guys. But it was really cool because in typical homie fashion, they sold Smosh back to Ian and Anthony, and now they have the rights to Smosh with the plans of kind of reverting back to the original, focusing on sketch comedy. What I also thought was interesting is that the whole business model now is they're using the cool YouTube membership features where people, you know, if your channel can monetize, you can kind of make your own Patreon through the YouTube system.
Yeah, you just pay monthly.
It's like getting subscribed on Twitch. It's just for YouTube content. So by doing that, the fans can directly pay them, which basically pays for the sketch comedy, which is really awesome when you think about it.
A cool way to do it.
And just watching like the other content they've made, I was skeptical at first because Smosh is very different now. What used to be a channel focused around 2 friends and their sketch comedy highlights turned into like a channel with a gaming division and improv comedy with like a whole cast of people.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I think there's like 6 or 7 castmates or something. So I was skeptical about like what it would be like, but with the vibes of what I've seen so far, keep in mind I have not seen a sketch yet. They're still working on their first one. With everything else they've put out, it's actually kind of cool to see them not only like more grown and more experienced as content creators, because now they're in a chiller kind of, they don't feel like they have to be that persona all the time on camera.
I mean they're like you said, they're matured.
And on top of that, there's actually so much potential with having all that extra cast and crew. It's almost like, I don't want to call it Saturday Night Live, but you have that potential to make characters.
You have like ensemble almost.
Exactly.
You have the ability, you can do
that's
this,
really important for sketch comedy.
You can wear a wig, you could be a producer, you can hold the camera. Like,
and they don't have to worry about making it super child friendly anymore, because their whole thing is they just want to make comedy that they've always wanted to make. So I'm really excited because, you know, to give them credit, they still were able to stay incredibly popular through their like ad friendly. That's because if I'm being honest, a lot of their content was really childish, but I hope that they're kind of at the very least dipping a toe out of it, because I want to see. I'm just curious to see what they're capable of now. Right?
Well, I feel like that's part of it too, where it was like people who liked it when they were children liked the childish of Smosh, and then as they got older, it seemed like they got more childish and more like detached. Yeah. And now it's all right. Now they caught up, or they are catching up, and I'm happy for it.
Funny enough, when Defy Media dropped Smosh initially, Ian had admitted that apparently they had like a Smosh riot in their offices where they were just like, fuck it. And he's like, we threw a rager. Like, I think somebody pissed on the president's desk, like a whole. And apparently what happened is, and he admitted this to Anthony, and Anthony even was hurt a little bit. Apparently it turned into a big fuck it show, and people were asking if they could just take like costumes and props from the Smosh.
And
like,
they did.
And he was just like, take them. And they were like, they were the props and costumes that he and Anthony made when they were like 17, 18 for some of their like the Link costume. And like, they don't have those anymore, which is crazy. crazy. So I was like, damn, that's wild. Yeah. And last thing I wanted to throw in there, I thought it was funny. They put out a video recently where they do 2 truths and a lie, but it's Ian and Anthony.
Okay.
And they recently made another one like a few months back where Ian plays 2 truths and a lie with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
But they're like, they have a cool friendship relationship. So they played the game, and remember, like 2 of them are truths, 1 is a lie. And how the game works is if you're wrong, the other person gets to squirt you with a squirt gun.
Okay.
So I forgot what the 2 truths that he tells her, but the lie in it was that he cheated on her. But he mistook the rules. So she's like, I'm going to guess that the lie is that you cheated on me. So he grabs the squirt gun and he like starts squirting her with water. But as he's like squirting her with water, like the shock sets in for her that she was cheated on. So Dylan, she looks like she's gonna cry.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God. And even the guests that are there, they look super painfully uncomfortable. They're like, oh my God, Ian, what the fuck? Yeah. And he's like, what? I didn't cheat on her. And then he's like, I think I got the game wrong. Like he totally mistook the rules. And she's like literally there like about to cry. And he's like, no, I didn't do that to you. But it's just like the comedy of him like laughing and squirting her with a squirt gun. And she's about to break down from hearing that.
Jesus Christ.
And then it settles. So when they did it with Anthony, they were like, Ian, these are the rules. He's like, I know, I got it now.
Damn, bro. That's fucked.
Yeah. But I wanted to mention that because, like I said at the beginning, it was a huge piece of news for the YouTube sphere. And I find it interesting because Smosh is a really giant factor into why we do what we do now, or at the very least why I contribute as much as what I contribute to it.
Correct.
When I met Joey, I didn't really know what YouTube was. I thought it was a porn site. It's not a joke. And Joey was the one who introduced me to YouTube and showed me that.
Why did you think it was a...
When YouTube first came out, my parents used to like show my other uncles and aunts like funny videos and stuff. But back then they were inappropriate for me. So I'd always get pushed out of the room and stuff. That in combination with the fact that when I was in 5th grade, one of the girls in my class used it to watch the Fergalicious music video. I was like, oh, that's what that site's about, and I'm never going on there.
Like it was like Bobby thought that this was fucking rotten.com.
No, yeah, so I used to go on that website, as fucking crazy as that sounds. I got introduced to that site by my cousin Felix when I was like 10 years old.
Oh, nice.
But fucking, no, when I was like 12 and I met Joey, that's when Joey started like showing me Smosh and stuff, and that was when I had already known that I wanted to do something in the video world, but that was when I was introduced to the idea of like making funny videos with your friends and being paid for it,
and then from there you found Rooster Teeth and
I was like, this is what I want to do, right? So I just thought it was interesting because those 2 guys have influenced a lot of what I do. More specifically, I wouldn't say in like the same comedy style, but in the quality of how we do it and how we present ourselves, right? As sort of like a comedy business, pumping out the jokes. We're a humor factory, don't we?
Yeah.
And I also find it interesting because the show is built upon 2 very strong members, Ian and Anthony, just like I feel like this very channel is built upon
2 very strong members.
And I think it's interesting because Ian, in a way, on Smosh has always been like the very like analytical, kind of businessy, jokey side of it, where Anthony was always the more creative, technical video guy.
Yeah.
And if you look at us, you kind of see how that also types to blend in. And I just want to make sure that we're on the right track in terms of our success here on this channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want us to fall into the same pit that Ian and Anthony fell in. I don't want us to dissipate for 7-8 years. Only to come back as friends through rounds of therapy and then try to make this channel work again.
I feel like that might happen with like another part of Joystick, maybe like Joey and Jose, or like me and Joey or something. I feel like there's a potential there.
It's something that scares me, Dylan, and I don't want it to happen. So I came up with a very unique game.
Okay,
it's very original, right?
All right.
Where we're gonna take questions and you and I are gonna answer them. And we're going to guess the answer to each other's questions to see how well we know each other. I like
this.
Very unique, never been done before.
Oh, yes. Honestly, this is like...
Honestly, like, it would probably be better for, like, newlyweds. Like, if they did it with those, like, people who had just been married, that would be good. But since it's an original idea, we're going to call this the Cohost game. You see what I do? Yeah.
There's a race button?
So you check this out. This is part segment game show, part fucking... as seen on TV, right?
Oh, okay.
If you want to erase it, you see this tap the corner right there. Fucking awesome, right?
Let's go. This is way cooler than the other one.
All right, so I got some questions for us. I have 9 in particular.
I like this.
And I told Dylan we're gonna go through all 9 of them. one at a time, so we'll each get an opportunity. I got some from the internet. You know, some of them are really stupid. Some of them are like, describe me in 3 words. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I see you too often. Some of them, I'd say like 4 of them are like generic, and then 5 of them are like a little joystick flavor in.
Okay.
So,
I like that.
Would you like to start?
Yeah, I like to start.
They're shuffled already, so you can just pick the first question.
Okay. What game show would I do best on?
Okay, go ahead and write your fucking.
Okay.
And you write it on the board.
Okay.
Think about it.
Okay. Let me think about what I would be best on.
Don't think about it too hard now, because then this will be a 2-parter.
Yeah.
This is actually difficult for me to think of. Do you have it?
I have it, yes.
All right. What game show would Dylan be best on?
I don't know if I answered this correctly, but I answered it.
I'm just gonna throw a shot in the dark. I'm gonna say Chain Reaction. I know this fucking guy, bro. I know this fucking guy, bro.
He knew it.
Let's go.
Not even rigged.
So that's a point for me.
That's a point for Bobby.
And I'll go next.
For knowing his friends.
So Dylan.
Okay.
What game show would I do best at?
Okay, so there's actually quite a few here, because you are really talented at game shows.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're pretty good at all of those things, but I feel like you're really good at trivia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, and I'm just gonna say Jeopardy.
That's a pretty great guess.
Yeah, pretty good Jeopardy.
Hey, it's with an exclamation point. I'm writing a sketch for Joystick that's loosely based on Jeopardy, and I had to make sure that we weren't breaching copyright. They don't own Jeopardy. They own Jeopardy, okay? It's a different thing. They don't own the word. They own the exclamated word.
I feel like we might have to. We'll either have to do Jeopardy or it's a Spanish La Jeopardy.
La Jeopardy.
With the
other one.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
You go.
Oh,
right?
Here's a fun one that I added.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready? Dylan, am I an indica or a sativa person?
Oh, this is hard. This is really difficult. Oh.
Why is it difficult? It's one of two.
Because I feel like you're both.
There's no bullshit here. It's not gonna be hybrid or anything.
It's not gonna be hybrid.
It's one of the two.
Okay, I will go indica.
It is indica.
Yeah.
I'm getting older there, Dylan. You know, I just want to use it to sleep. To relax.
Yeah. You want to sit back. I don't in the couch. Who cares? I'm there.
Exactly. For sure.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay. I'm gonna.
I think I know this one. I think. I'm gonna guess we're on the same wavelength here, and that you're also an indica person in this day and age.
That would be correct.
Okay. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. It's just a chiller vibe.
Indeed.
It's such a chiller vibe.
The idea behind sativa. 10 out of 10.
Oh, absolutely.
Be creative. Do what you got to do.
And every now and then, you know, it has its uses.
Yes.
But more like 7 times out of 10, just give me some put me to sleep.
Hello.
And I'm chilling.
Indeed.
All right, what you got? We're doing pretty well right now. We're both
good.
at 2 points.
We're doing really, really, really good. What is my favorite video game?
Oh, shit.
This is really difficult because I can go 2 routes, and I feel like you also know that I can go 2 routes.
I have an idea. Go ahead, write it down.
Okay.
Just put it into writing. I feel like this might be the one I get wrong.
Because I'm going to go with, I'm going to answer it, all time, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask a question.
Yeah, because it's, yeah. You can ask a question.
Is it a series? Is it a series of games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, franchise.
I want to go the sports route. And if it is the sports route, my guess would be either my first guess would be, my second guess would be the Chell.
Oh,
but
okay.
I feel like you're more of an MLB The Show kind of guy. I feel like
Okay.
that's what you're always playing. That's what we always talk about.
Okay.
So my guess is MLB The Show.
Okay, you are wrong here. And I answered it all time, and I said Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I answered it because of all time. My second was actually, I was like, Super Mario 64, Rocket League, and then would be MLB.
But MLB's up there for sure.
Top three, three. Yeah,
had to be. I mean, you have arguably the most hours in that game. So. All right. And I'll do mine real quick.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Dylan, what is my favorite video game of all time?
So I know this, but I feel like I'm gonna fuck myself. I'm gonna go not off the beaten path, but I will say Sly Cooper.
It is not.
Fuck.
It's up there though. That's a top fiver.
That's what I was gonna say. Sly Cooper or Meat Boy. That's where
it's
it was.
Neither.
Okay.
Those are both top fivers. My favorite game of all time is gonna go to Super Smash Brothers Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Not only is it one of my favorite games to play,
correct,
might be my favorite game to watch. So we got the video game one wrong.
I like that one. No, because there's so much there.
There's a lot. All right, you ready for the next one?
Correct.
You enjoying yourself?
Mm-hmm. This is fun.
On the co-host game, this game I totally came up with myself. Here's an interesting one. Dylan, what's my favorite season? There's only 4.
Yeah.
All right.
These ones are actually kind of easier, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Because
well, you know me, man.
Yeah,
I talk like this all the time. What's my favorite season, buddy?
Okay, so if I'm gonna answer this question as I know you, because my first thought was like rain, so I was thinking that because I know you love the rain, but I think I'm going to say fall.
Fall.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's not fall, Dylan.
No.
My favorite season is actually winter.
Okay.
Bobby liked the snow.
Bobby liked the
cold.
snow. Bobby
Big
liked the cold.
I like to wear my flannels, my sweaters, my jackets.
That's what. But I only wear flannels.
You already know who the fall guy is on the channel, bro. It's fucking.
Yeah, but that's because he's goth, bro.
Yeah. But anyways, would you like to take a stab?
I will.
Or rather, would I like to take a stab? Because I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Dylan's got a particular. Ooh, look at that! I could just kind of like stick it to my. Fucking, I'm gonna go with summer.
Yes, that is indeed correct.
Homie lives across the street from the beach.
I would say it would probably go in order: summer, fall, winter, spring. I love the snow.
No, I feel you. Yeah. You live across the street from the beach. That'd be hell in the winter time.
It's more just sad than anything.
I get you.
Yeah, it's more just
so
sad.
That's technically 3 points for me, 2 points for you, but I don't really care about the points.
Correct.
I'm having a good time.
Correct. Do you want me to fucking say this one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. What is my favorite movie?
I feel like I should know this. Oh, man.
I've written it out.
Fuck me.
This is a little hard, I would say, but I think I picked
Dylan's favorite movie.
Once again, I went all time here.
All time.
Yeah.
All right, now I gotta think, because now I'm not. This when he says all time,
I throw you off.
No, you know what it does for me. If you don't say all time, I just think about the 3 years that we've been doing this fucking show. When you say all time, I like revert back.
Yeah,
to
you gotta go to high school.
Dylan,
yeah,
and I'm like,
go back to high school for this one. Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs. Let's fucking go, bro.
Let's go.
Is it still your favorite movie of all time?
Hell yeah, it hasn't. Yeah, well,
this is a good movie.
I mean, I would say some top 3 for me. I would say maybe like Moonrise Kingdom or maybe another Wes Anderson movie.
Oh yeah, that Wes Anderson is a good pick for you. Maybe like
that'd be the second for me.
Dylan, what's my favorite movie?
Okay, so I know your favorite directors. I know what you like.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Fight Club.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's really gonna ever change. There's something really. I actually was really close to rewatching it recently.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't. I just started.
I don't know if I showed Reservoir Dogs, but I didn't show it because I thought I spelled it wrong. Okay. But I think I spelled it right.
It's fine. We would have gotten it. Like, oh, he meant to write. We're stupid dogs. I don't know. I couldn't think of it. What the fuck?
Orogs.
All right. Let's move on from that. Dylan.
Yes.
I like how I look at it confusedly, like I didn't write.
Yeah, like you didn't come up with this as your brand new creation.
As my unique.
Yeah.
Never been done before game.
Never been done before.
I should pitch this to television shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dylan, what's my favorite band?
Okay.
This one, I'm afraid to do this one for you, honestly. I feel like you have a way better shot with me than I do with you because you're just like the band guy. But
yeah,
Dylan, what is my favorite band?
Oh my god. Oh, this is so tough.
This
is so tough. I have two choices. And I'm going to say with the one that I believe is still together, and I'm going to say Royal Blood.
You're fucking
Let's go! I almost said Panic so badly. I was like, damn, bro.
They've fallen down.
Damn.
Panic was an in the moment kind of thing. They had 2 solid albums.
Yeah.
Everything Royal comes up with, just makes me dance. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. Me and Jerry are gonna go see them in October. Excited for that. Whew. I'm afraid for this one.
Okay.
I'm very afraid. Oh man. Let me just wrote like a fucking paragraph.
I wrote a second one if it counts.
Oh my god. Damn, so do I get 2 points if I get both of them?
Yeah. You do, actually.
So this is of all time?
Yes. Because I thought of it more of like they're a band, you know? Because I like a lot of artists that are like, you know, it's like artists that feature with each other a lot and stuff like that. And I feel like that wouldn't really like Goth Boy Clique or some shit. That wouldn't count, you know, like emo rap.
Gotcha. I'm going to say the Front Bottoms.
Okay, that's actually a pretty close one. I put Arctic Monkeys.
I was gonna guess,
and then in the bottom in parentheses, I wrote Brockhampton question mark.
That would have been a secondary for me too,
because it's a boy band and they're like more
in my head. I was literally like, it might be Arctic Monkeys, but then I was like, I feel like he doesn't
the Front
talk
Bottoms
about
are
them as
very
much.
very good.
Yeah,
but that's also like if they're not like talented enough, I guess, for me to be like, oh, you know.
I feel you.
That was good. All top fives. I need the fucking drink.
I'm going to drink too, but not because you're drinking. I'm going to drink because I wanted to drink on my own. I drink faster than you. You suck.
Mm-hmm. What is my favorite reality show?
Okay.
Bro, I don't even know this, I don't think.
I think I know what yours is. I think.
I'm trying to think now. Like what?
I'm going to just write mine right now.
What counts as a reality show? That's what I'm...
Well, it's just a reality show. People in reality. It's not scripted. It could be a reality... it could be like a reality, like Big Brother. It could be like a competition show, like American Idol. It could be it could be like Bar Rescue or like reality, Charles Styles Mystery Diners.
Yeah.
Just something that's not scripted. Okay,
I'm really struggling here, bro. I really am.
But I have to do yours first, so. Man, what would Dylan's favorite?
That doesn't count though. What I want to write, I don't think that counts.
Just write it.
No, I don't think that counts. I'm gonna write it because I don't think that counts. But yeah, okay. You're not gonna get this.
Now you're scaring me.
You're not gonna get it. That's why I feel.
Because you're saying it doesn't count.
Yeah, it does, but you won't get it.
I'm not gonna get it. All right.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's not a cooking show.
It is.
It is a cooking show. I feel like MasterChef is the easy one. Is there another? Unwrapped.
I wrote Chopped.
Fuck, I was going off the... But I knew it was going to be a different one. Dylan. You got to give me some credit.
Yeah, that's good. You went cook. The fact that you went cooking was like 10 out of 10.
No, I knew.
Because I was thinking like I was going to originally pick like diners and drive-ins and dives.
Yeah, I was going to guess that one too.
But I'm like, that's like, it's real people, but it's like, it's almost like an ad for the restaurant, you know? Same with mystery diners.
Yeah. All right, you want to take a stab at mine? For what it's worth, I'm consistent with it.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna go competition. Would that be correct or incorrect? Okay, I want to say American Idol, but I think I'm going to say America's Got Talent.
It's neither of those. It's an obscure one, but I talk about it heavily. and it's my favorite Instant
Hotel. Yes, it is. Oh.
And if you have not watched Instant Hotel, go on Netflix. Do yourself a favor. It'll be the best 12-episode binge of
Instant
your
Hotel is
life.
fucking hysterical. I've only seen a few episodes, but it's quite comical.
I need to give it a rewatch so I can give it some justice on the podcast, but for sure. All right.
We're going down to the end of these. Good.
This one I wrote for you.
This is so fun. Can we just do this for like 4 hours? I'll just sit here.
Well, now we could do a second one. We can bring the guys in. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could do a competition where it's you and Joey versus me and Jerry.
Oh,
look at
damn.
that. This one I did for you, so now I actually have to give me a second to think.
Wait,
okay.
Okay.
I'm my answer.
Oh.
Who is my favorite athlete? It might be difficult, but I'm just gonna.
Oh, I don't even know this one.
All right, Dylan, who's my favorite athlete? You know you have to do mine first, and then.
I'm sorry, I had that was like my brain is racing so many different fucking directions. Okay, your favorite athlete? So I'm going basketball?
It's not basketball.
No, it's not? Okay. Thank you for that. Because I was going to say LeBron because of that video of him with like the rap song or whatever. He's like,
oh.
Or Joe Harris, but
shout out to Joe, but no.
Not basketball.
If you think about it, there is a sport that I like more than basketball. And always have.
Okay, so boxing? Who's your favorite boxer?
It gets a little tricky.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you were hyping up Ryan Garcia for the longest time, but it wouldn't be him.
Take a swing, though. Take a swing. Life's about taking swings.
Okay.
Or in this case, hooks. Just fucking answer the question, man.
Ali?
No. It's Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, okay.
But I knew it was going to be a little tricky for you.
Okay.
I was staying true to myself. He is probably my favorite athlete of all time. Floyd might be second.
Cool.
You have yours?
Yes, I have mine.
Is it baseball?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, and okay, I'm not gonna.
You did a whole segment on Ricky Henderson.
Yes, however,
and I don't think it's Ricky Henderson. No. So
he's retired though. I will give you that hint.
I'm gonna say, fuck it, David Wright. Holy shit! I actually did not expect to get that
Let's
right.
Fucking go.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
I just guessed like retired Met. I was like, who's prominent?
I was originally gonna go current Met, but then I'm like, wait, I'll go.
He's your favorite athlete, Loki? David Wright? That's fair.
I feel like there's obviously there's other baseball players I really like. There's a player on the Mariners, Eugenio Suarez. Mm-hmm. He did like 3 or 4 really cool things the last year, but yeah.
Dylan, we're down to the last.
We really are.
Would you like to do the honors?
I will. For the last one, who is my favorite comedian?
That's a good one to end on. Oof, that's hard for you. Might be hard for you to get for me too. Let me think about this one for a hot second. Stay true to myself.
Oh, that's hard. That's so fucking difficult. That's so hard. I picked one, but like I just went with my gut. I could not.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna go with my all-time favorite. Staying true to myself.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan's favorite comedian of all.
If it helps, I have a few ideas in mind, but I do not know yours.
What's a comedian Dylan talks about a lot? Fuck, man. This is gonna upset me.
Yeah. I had a few options for this one.
I'm gonna say... God, I have a second one, and I feel like I'm gonna say this, and it's...
Okay. Let's go for it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are they alive?
Yes.
Okay. John Mulaney?
No, I went with Sam Morril.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
In terms of writing, I feel like he's...
Got you.
He's number one. If I had to pick, like, dead one, it'd be, like, Carlin, right?
I was thinking, like, Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch is good. Carlin's really good.
Yeah. I was also thinking Carlin, too. All right, Dylan, who's my favorite comedian? I erased it by accident, so don't worry about that. I'll just rewrite it.
This is really tough, man. This is really difficult because there's so many comedians.
No, I know. I'm influenced by a lot of comedians, but for what it's worth, this one comedian is... I think they're the best comedian of all time, and if I could be 10% as good as them, I'd be a very successful comedian.
Oh, man, like... is he like a legend?
Absolutely.
Fuck. I don't know. I'm thinking, so he's like one of the greats.
One of the greats.
Okay, Murphy?
He was inspired by Murphy. I went with Dave Chappelle. I think he's one of the greatest storytellers of all time.
Dave Chappelle is fucking great. Yep, that's right.
And honestly, like,
that's
to give it, like, I love Dave Chappelle because it's not just that stand-up comedy brain, but it's the sketch comedy brain. He, like, every chance this guy gets to be funny, he takes it. So
everything that leaves his mouth.
It's a very close second to Daniel Tosh, though. Daniel Tosh is that was
my second.
I always say my top three, and it hasn't changed for a while, but my top three is Dave Chappelle, Daniel Tosh, Nick Swardson.
Well, that's solid. Nick's got to be top 10.
I think those three comedians have influenced my style of comedy the most, and that, my friends, has been the co-host game. It's been a pleasure.
That was really fun.
Let's revisit this soon.
That was really fun.
So that we can extort it for content.
That was really fun.
And now you can play with those for the remainder of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said you wanted to bring up some stuff.
Yes. So I would like to show you probably one of the funnier pieces of content I've seen in a very, very long time.
Okay.
So could we pull...
Oh, we're going to YouTube for this?
Yeah, I would like to pull up YouTube for this. Yes. So can you type in LBJ orders pants? So this is an animation of...
I found it, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so it's LBJ orders pants right there. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's hope we don't get copyright.
I don't think we will, because this is like so this is public record of a phone call that our former president, Lyndon B. Johnson, the one that replaced John F. Kennedy after an unfortunate event he had nothing to do with whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this is a public record of him specially ordering tailored pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dive into this.
Yeah, let's please. Okay. We have the sound and everything?
Hold on.
Okay. Put it really loud.
Let me just rewind it here.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
So we watched like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, right?
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hello? Mr. Hager?
Yes, this is Joe Hager.
Joe, is your father the one that makes clothes?
Yes, sir. We're all together.
You all made me some real lightweight slacks that he just made up on his own, sent to me 3 or 4 months ago. It's a kind of a light brown and a light
I feel like they should teach stuff like this.
Shut up.
soft brown. Now, I need about 6 pairs for summer wear. I need about 6 pairs to wear around in the evening when I come in from work. And I can send you a pair. I want them a ½ inch larger in the waist than they were before, except I want 2 or 3 inches of stuff left back in there so I can take them up. I vary 10 to 15 pounds a month. So leave me at least 2.5 to 3 inches in the back where I can let them out or take them up, and make these a ½ inch bigger in the waist. Make the pockets at least 1 inch longer.
Okay.
My money and my knife, everything.
My knife.
Hello?
No worries.
Now, another thing, the crotch down where your nuts hang is always a little too tight. So when you make them up, give me an inch that I can let out there, because they cut me. They're just like riding a wire fence. These are the best that I've had anywhere in the United States. But when I gain a little weight, they cut me under there. So leave me. You never did
I have so much more respect for Lyndon B. Johnson.
You can't leave me about 1 inch from where the zipper ends. round back to my bunghole. So I can let it out there if I need to.
He said the word bunghole?
Now, be sure
He
you
said,
got the best
letting my
zippers
nuts
in 'em.
hang.
I heard that.
Yes, I have. And if you get those to me, I would sure be grateful.
Where would you like to send, please?
White House. I just sure will.
Where do you want me to
appreciate
send
this.
you?
I need more than anything, and now you give this boy the address because I'm running for a funeral, and give him the address just how to dress these trousers. So we'll send them to you. And don't you get the measurements out of them and add a half inch to the back.
Make the pockets
and about an inch underneath so we can let them out.
For the nuts, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
The amount of military
Okay,
vehicles
here
that
he
have come out of these slacks.
Okay, go ahead, please.
That, yo, man, shout out. That's a 12-year-old video. That's fucking crazy.
That is, yeah. I think that's a 12. Yeah, and look, 900K views.
Not even a million yet. Where did they get that phone call?
So that is so this is a thing that apparently followed Lyndon B. Johnson in infamy throughout his entire presidency.
He was just the bunghole president.
That this got leaked and everyone was like, okay, Lyndon B. Johnson is fucking hysterical.
Oh,
for some
yeah.
reason. Yeah. So this is him ordering special pants because people said he ran for president, and people said that part of the reason why he lost to Kennedy in the primary is because his pants didn't fit correctly. And that is 100% correct, because he was like an older guy, but he wasn't fat, but he was like droopy.
So they were like, this guy,
he was like,
he can't
this guy
even wear pants right.
His pants and his game is all off, right?
Got you, no swag.
But the main reason why is because by the end of his presidency, rumor had it that he had a ginormous dick.
Got you.
Not only ginormous penis, but the entire just groin area.
So when he was talking about his nuts hanging, they were hanging low.
They were hanging low and fucking apparently massive. Like there's like interns who worked at the White House who are like, yeah, he would just like air. He would like this all the time.
Gotcha.
He would like unzip his pants so he could like air.
So you're telling me Lyndon B. Johnson was a G?
Yeah, he was a G. There were times where like he would just like unbuckle his pants and like let his dick out. Like there's stories of him literally whipping out his penis in like the Oval Office.
Yeah.
There are 2 toilets in the White House which have phones. And you might think, who would need a phone in the toilet? Lyndon B. Johnson would go to the bathroom for 2 to 3 hours. And then when he's going to the bathroom, you could call him and he would take business as he's like farting and shit like that.
And burping.
And yeah. And I like to think that the reason why he's like this is because he wasn't put in. He was put in because he was the vice president.
Yeah.
And the vice president, like Joe Biden, the vice president's job is just to be the cool guy on the side. Be like, yeah, man, let's go, you know? Like, yeah, you're the you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're important.
What he said.
You're the Speaker of the Senate. Like, you have a lot of responsibility as vice president, but in everyone's head, you're just like
the bodyguard.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. Yeah,
fucking.
Can I eat some of those snacks, bro?
Bro, all I'm getting out of this is Lyndon B. Johnson is a real American,
and he has a huge Johnson,
dick,
and he has a huge Johnson.
Yeah,
yeah. So I would like to. Do we think that's correct? And we won't make an entire tier list of presidents' penises.
We could.
We really could.
Stay tuned for next episode.
Yeah, but I really think I want to get like him versus like Obama. I really think that we gotta settle the score, because I feel like those are the 2, right? Out of like the top 5, I feel like those are the dudes that are really. Clinton has to have at least something.
You know, I think he's packing.
Who?
May he rest in peace. I think Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God, he was tall. Yeah,
fucking third leg Lincoln, bro.
Yeah,
I think that guy.
Lincoln Log. That's what we name it. That
exactly. Damn straight. Thought that cabin was made out of wood. Nope. His dick. Yeah, lived inside of it, sheltered.
Imagine the dick also had the beard and the hat.
Yeah. Fun fact: that's why Ben Franklin was never president. He had a micro penis. So he was forced to be smart. Yeah, that's how that works, actually.
You can't be president and have a big dick. You have to go to college. It's like, what a fucked up world we live in. Oh my God. But yeah, fucking, I found that out the other day, and shout outs to Lyndon B. Johnson for being one of my favorite presidents now.
Shout outs to his Johnson.
Yeah, he ended civil rights, but he started many other things.
Yeah. I was gonna say, fucking, you had a weekend.
I did.
Yeah, you had an adventurous one.
I did.
Just real quick, how'd you feel afterwards?
Not Not too great.
Not your best?
Not
your
great.
But to give some clarification, if you guys follow the show, I have to get this pad away from me because it's just going to turn into fucking Bob Ross time.
Yeah.
If you don't follow the show, our boy Dylan graduated college recently.
Yeah,
and,
last month.
And your friends and your family threw you a little celebration shindig.
Correct.
And unfortunately, I was not able to go early because I had another party I had to attend to. I had a Sweet 16 I had to go to as a 26-year-old male, which is another thing, but...
I can't. I really despise that in the future. Like when I'm in like my 40s and I'm going to Sweet 16s.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
right?
sitting there.
You just waiting for the Venetian hour. Like bring out the fucking cannolis.
Bring out the brown. I'm gonna eat a pastry and die.
Some soft serve. Fucking yeah. So Dylan had a little party warty, and Dylan partied a little too hardy.
Yeah,
which is funny because when I got there towards the tail end, like I know you weren't sloshed.
I was not. No, in fact, I would say that the entire night I was never fucked up.
Yeah.
I can say that with a fact. I was not like destroyed, drunk, or anything.
Just kind of snuck up on you.
Yeah. So this was me the day. It was. You see, it's like me. I'm in the bed and I'm dead.
Okay, gotcha.
That's me. That's me the day after.
Dead in bed.
Yeah, I slept from 4 to 8 a.m. Woke up, violently vomited for like 30 minutes. And then I was in like a shiver, but also sweaty because I was vomiting. And I was like, I know what's going to fix this. I'm going to take a hot shower because that fixes everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix everything.
Gotcha.
So then I slept for another 5 hours, got up, took another shower, and I was ready.
So it was the second shower.
Yeah.
And that's the time to see some great detective work, bro. One shower doesn't cut it. Two showers.
I
like that.
Two showers. One time I was under the influence of a specific drug and I took 7 showers.
Yeah.
What a good time.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. This podcast is brought to you by what's the shower company?
Shower company?
Yeah, Ace Hardware Showers.
Yeah, fucking this Chinese name tiles. There you go. Fucking and then Dylan was telling me that I was pegged down on the friend list, which hurt my feelings because Jerry and Ramfi showed up, and all of a sudden I got pushed down to 3 in the best friend. Which I thought was crazy. Since when is Ramfi top 2 capability? But what are you doing? What are you writing right now?
Oh, I'm drawing a funny man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, can you be present with me?
I'm
it's
here.
Because I'm angry at you.
Here.
Fucking pissed at you.
Okay, I already said you were number 1 after you showed up. Yeah,
but that's my thing.
Yeah.
I should have been number 1 from the get.
You were not number 1 for 2.5 hours,
and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really don't appreciate that. I need you to know that genuinely hurt my feelings.
Okay.
So what was that? 2 hours that I was not number 1. So for the 2 hours that I was not number 1, you were not number 1 for the 15 minutes that I was playing with my new best friend Schwab.
Oh, yes.
Which I definitely wanted to shout out.
Yeah, so by the way, before we get started, this guy I like to think is based on where the party was. This man was not real.
I told this to Jerry, and he was like, "Why was he in broad shit?"
like I think I know the story. I think he works at like one of the other places, or like he might work at like Adrian's, which is like a new restaurant that just opened up. I feel like he works somewhere in Broad Channel, and that's why this man was there. But in my head, it was like Bobby had a long night. He came here, he saw his boy, and now he's tripping shit. And now he's just like he's hallucinating. He's playing pool by himself.
Right.
He's getting everything in,
Some magical fucking being paid for this pool game.
Yes.
Yeah,
but my party had a pool table, and Bobby started playing pool with another man who I believe just asked for...
No, honestly, I literally just bent down because there was a queue on the table, so I got in a position, and I was just feeling out the queue. And this guy just sped over to me, and he was like, "Do you want to play?" And I was like, "I don't have any money on me." He's like, "Don't worry, I got it." And he just kind of took it from there. Mm-hmm. Did I do good?
I was having like a crazy, like actually pretty drama-filled conversation.
Yeah.
And I just look over and I see Bobby just going to work.
Yeah. So honestly speaking, I had no intentions. I was just playing my shit out. But every single shot that I had laid out was really hard. So like when you have hard shots like that, it's going to look like you're showing off. But it's just you have to fucking make the shot. So I'm doing like behind the back stuff, cross table banks and shit. And I remember like at some point, like some of your family, like your dad was like, "Damn, Bobby, you play?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." But fucking
and you were in like a fucking like tux. You're in like a suit
I was coming
as well.
From a Sweet 16.
Yeah, so you were looking fine, and you were like over the table.
I was like fucking Paul Newman. But But fucking
You did not.
I look like Paul Newman, bro. Here's a picture of Paul Newman.
Paul Newman and Bobby.
Yeah, that's me. Fucking nah, it was just funny to me because like after it was just like Dylan said, it was a bizarre situation.
It was surreal
because he came up, he paid for the games, and then he kept trying to get me a beer, and I don't drink, so I was like, I'm good, I don't drink, and he's like, oh okay, but you sure I get you a beer? And I'm like, I don't. And then at the end of both games when I beat him, he was like, you're a very good player, you come back tomorrow 10:00, I'm here, you free? I'll be here. And like it was like he was going to be there regardless, and I was like, I don't want to promise him anything. I was like, we'll see.
I think you know what? I think we owe Schwab a little visit.
A visit? We got to go see Schwab.
I feel like we go because it's like. Funny enough, the weird thing was that like the party was also still an active bar.
Yeah.
But my neighborhood's kind of slow, so it's only like local people, people coming from other bars to
it's not like a bustling place.
Yeah, it's like you come in late at night,
It's chill.
Yeah. So, throughout the night, my brother's friends were coming in, and I was like, Corey, bring people. I was like, tell people, right? And it's like I know who lives in like my neighborhood, so everyone who lives in like a 2-block radius came, and it was like 4 or 5 people that like I knew, and I was like, oh shit. And then this one guy who I know is not only as he used to be the bartender at the other bar in my neighborhood, but he was like, yo, what'd you graduate from? Rocket League? And I was like, this is just fantastic.
Yeah.
This is just great.
Incredible.
He's like, you playing Diablo 4, man? 100 hours in. I'm like, sir, you have a child. Like, can we not? Like, come on now. You have better things to do, man.
Bro, but shout out to Dylan's party. Shout outs to Schwab. And I was just going to end it off by saying when I beat him in the 2 games and he went back to the bar, I went up to Dylan. He was talking to his girlfriend, and I was like, Dylan, when you tell the story on the podcast, I need you to ham it up for me. And Dylan was like, Bobby, there's nothing to ham up. You destroyed that man.
Yeah, I was like, like Bobby said, it was like, you have to make the shot. And it was also mad late night. So Bobby was just like, okay, boom, boom. Like every shot just went in. It was like, okay. Well.
I felt like Josh in that one episode of Drinking Josh.
So do you want to see the creation I made?
Yeah, I also want to talk about one last thing.
Of course.
I wanted to talk about the NBA draft.
Definitely.
It was the first time I ever watched a sports draft before.
Interesting, because as someone who's a sports fan,
watched a lot of sports drafts.
The draft is the best.
Look, I just want to bring up 2 things. Really, just really quick fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, my dad had no knowledge of anything that was happening at the draft, which I think is important because my dad had no knowledge of Wembanyama.
Oh, my God.
So when he saw this person, my dad was like, what the fuck, Bobby?
Okay, yeah. So you're telling me that there is a French man who is also black and Asian,
7'4",
with an 8-foot wingspan,
with handles and can shoot,
and is also only just turned 19.
Yeah, freak of fucking nature. Yeah. My dad says he's gonna be the next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The thing is that they're gonna play him at center, but I feel like you just fuck around and play him at the 4 like Durant. Yeah, I was gonna say exactly.
Yeah, because he shoots over. You see him shoot. He jumps as he shoots too.
Durant is the most player he reminds me of, and even then he has like a crazier fucking advantage. It's insane.
It's like Durant mixed with Yao Ming. Yeah. That's literally what this person is.
Did you see what Durant wrote about him? He said like you can't even make this kind of person in a video game, like this kind of fucking player.
It caps you out at 7'2" or whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And on top of that, the second thing I wanted to mention is I don't know, like you said, this is the first time I've ever watched a draft. I've never watched the NBA draft before. I thought it was also cool that they did this one in the Barclays Center, which is like 5 miles that
They
way.
either do that or they do it in a theater, which is great.
Why is it that every time Adam Silver came out with a pick, they play a fucking whistle like he's at Hogwarts bringing in an owl's note? Does that happen all the time?
That's the NBA thing.
That's the draft, like
that's the NBA draft. That's the NBA draft chime
every year.
Yes,
that's fucking hilarious. Yes, it was I was laughing every single time.
It's literally part of it.
He literally walks out from nowhere like he's about to announce that the next person is going into Slytherin or some shit. Yeah. It's so funny.
And he looks wild, dude. That's the fucking funniest part. Yeah, so I feel like the NBA draft, as opposed
to the 13th pick.
I'll get into that. But to say about the drafts, MLB draft has not mattered forever.
Okay.
MLB, there's like 50 rounds. People don't even show up. It's it's done in like a warehouse. It's fucking weird. They do it in the summer too. It's
weird.
Yeah, it's very straight. And there's so many picks. And you have AA and single A of all these fucking minor leagues. NFL, fucking hysterical. everybody is like, hey, picks up the commissioner. They do push. They fucking, they're literally bench.
Military press.
Yeah, they're bench pressing the commissioner. And he's like, yeah, let's go. They all like, they dap him up and they do some crazy like
that sounds pretty hype.
And it's like the NBA. It's like its own show. NHL is really cool, but NHL is more about like booing the commissioner.
Gotcha.
That's the vibe there.
NBA gives off the one like it's the classy one.
It's very much the classy one. It's
best dressed.
Everyone. It's about what you wear. Can you pull something up before maybe we can end on this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But can you pull up 2003 NBA draft photo? Because there is a specific photo that yes, take a look at this fucking legendary photo. So if we can make this large,
bro,
somehow
it'll be on the screen. But holy shit!
So these guys are wearing the baggiest fucking suits I've ever seen.
In my entire life. Yeah, thanks, fucking Fios 2 gig. I don't give a shit.
Open that shit, bro.
Bro, that's wild.
Look at even Kirk Heinrich has like a giant fucking
D Wade. Yo, that's hilarious.
Chris Bosh,
bro.
Melo, they got everybody.
That's hilarious, bro. Those are the baggiest suits.
Look at scroll down.
Bro,
more.
they look like they are all attempting to stop prohibition. It's insane.
Look, even scroll down even more. Look at the pen. Look, they go.
Holy shit, bro! If you threw these guys out of a plane, they'd be fine. They would land. They would do a double jump at the bottom of the ground. Holy crap! Thank you, Dylan. I needed that. Lyndon B. Johnson's pants and the 2003 NBA Drafts pants.
This is a very pantalones episode, man.
I'm glad. Well, that's all I had to share. You ready to swing it into Jam and Yam?
Made a bird.
You did make a bird. Holy
bird
fucking
man.
shit.
That's the Birdman.
Birdman.
You have a Birdman.
I just wanted to say before I get into my jam, Spotify threw out an interesting new feature that I've been kind of addicted to. It's called Spotify DJ.
I've seen this. I've been trying this out.
Yeah, it's kind of like Spotify's new AI shit where they have a DJ that's tailored to you and your music style and the songs that you like. And I've actually I've used it to find a lot of songs, so much so that in the time that it has taken us that we've made the last episode of the Joystick Show, and my last jam of the week was Sputnik by Teddy Andreas.
Yes.
I've added close to 28 songs to the jams.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Jam of the week was 1 out of 28.
Oh my god.
Fucking kind of insane.
We're just going to be on a backlog now.
But I did have 1 out of those 28 that has been on constant loop, and it's actually from one of my new favorite artists. I really like this guy. I have a lot of songs in the jams, and I'm thinking about even wanting to see this guy live. So shout outs to the legend himself, Sam Gellaitry. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. With his song New Wave.
Nice.
Very techno beat, dancey, fun. So.
Very nice. My yam of the week is Jaded by Login. I originally thought it said Logic when I first, and then very quickly I found out that this wasn't. Yeah,
Logic.
Very, very much like kind of like if a British guy heard Breakins and he's like, "Yo, I could do this."
Okay.
Like that's basically the vibe. Very like rap, but also hyper popish based on how it's like production. Really cool vocal sample in the background.
Yeah.
Chill vibes, man.
Fire.
Yeah, very cool. I can't tell if he's British, but I think he is just based on the tone.
From the tone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. I changed my mind. No to Birdman.
Oh, you crossed out Birdman?
Yeah,
We're not doing Birdman anymore?
He's not a vibe.
Well, I just wanted to tell our viewers, thanks for watching. Really appreciate that one. Made it a little interactive. I wrote it on a panel for them.
Yeah.
I had a really fun one with this one.
I did.
We had some stuff prepped. That's always a nice thing. Had topics prepared. Everything flew into flowed well into it. I don't know. There's
really good pacing. I feel like right up until now. It was really
right, and we just ruined all of it. It'd be really helpful if you could like this episode of the Joystick Show, episode 147. It'd be really helpful if you could subscribe to Team Joystick. 3 episodes away from 150.
Correct.
5 episodes away from the 3-year anniversary. So we got a lot of stuff to get ready for, to get excited for. And then even away from the Joystick Show front, our podcast, you got a lot of other cool stuff to show you in other departments that we hope to make constant on the channel.
Indeed.
Until then, I hope y'all have a great week, a safe week, a fun week, and order some pants.
Cheers to Andrew Tate.
I forgot to talk about that, right? Yeah.
But whatever.
Next week,
our biggest fan has gotten.
Next week we get Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Live from Romania. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. Totally promise.
You'll see. On Zoom.
You'll see.